Yes, recording just started now. After the call, you will be able to see the recording on the chat, but you will not be able to access it. We will post a link to the recording later on once we upload it to YouTube. Everyone on this call is muted. If you have any question, please raise your hand and I will allow you to unmute yourself and post your question. Rashid, good morning.
Morning, Nipal.
Morning.
Nipal, I have two questions. One question I raised a couple of sessions back, and I just want to get any update is happening on that API for pulling the data from this thing, Tatmeen.
API for pulling data. What sort of data you need?
No, actually, whenever we are receiving any shipment, we
Yes.
are, as I mentioned earlier, we are using a third-party solution. So
Okay.
this solution will not have these data. What all the supplier uploaded to Tatmeen, this solution will not have any data. So we need some sort of API to pull this data from Tatmeen platform to our this solution.
Yes, and if you recall, I mentioned that thanks for sharing this idea. It sounds like something of value, and we will share it with our technical team. It is now shared with our technical team, but don't expect it to come in the coming 2 to 3 months at least, because it will go through the pipeline of requests that we are working on and continuous enhancements for the Tatmeen platform. So that might take some time.
Okay, great. Yeah, and my second question is actually we have been receiving Tatmeen reported products for a while now. But we are only receiving while shipping out. Most of our customers doesn't have any GLN or anything. So most of the shipment we are sending out are not reported to Tatmeen. So basically it will show there are so many quantity inside our GLN, but in actual there is not.
Yes.
So is there any option once we once this thing is live? Is there any option to completely ship out all the entire GTAs which are not in our inventory?
See, that's something that we are exploring as we go through the program. I don't have an answer for you now, but if I would request from you is to tell those partners who still didn't get the GLN that they might be subject to penalties and fines by the ministry. Might be. So it's, yeah, the sooner they take action on that, the more questions they can avoid from the ministry inspectors when they visit them. Because all these data would still show on Tatmeen that it was sent to them, but they never received it, or they were, okay, they don't have a GLN yet. So, yeah, but yeah, in the end, it will show somehow that they are not compliant with the Tatmeen regulation. Tatmeen went live on 13 December 2022. Now we are almost a year after the go live, and they still didn't obtain a GLN. They will be subject to penalties, discussions, questions that they will that they need to face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Nipal. Thank you. That's it from us.
Probably later the ministry might come to anyone who's compliant and tell them don't send any products for anyone who's not compliant. I don't know, but that might happen as well.
Okay. We even from our supplier side, out of maybe I give you 10, 20 supplier, let's consider only maybe 5 are sending us aggregate serialized and aggregated products. Most of them are still not reporting to Tatmeen.
Your suppliers are MHs?
Not MHs, but factories we are getting products, right?
Local factories?
Yeah, from local and outside also we are getting.
From outside factories who are still not compliant?
Most of them, only couple of maybe handful of vendors are giving us the sending the products which are reported to Tatmeen. Others, no.
Yeah, if you can help me and send us a list of those suppliers,
Okay.
so that we can go through them. Because as per the list that we received from the ministry, 100% or more than 100% actually of the MAHs and principals have connected to Tatmeen. But if there are others who did not connect to Tatmeen, please share those details with us. We can
Okay.
review and compare them to the data.
I'll send a separate email, Nibal. I'll put all the
Yes.
supplier list and I'll send it to you. Okay.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay. Okay.
Anything
Thank
else,
you.
Rashid?
Nothing much, Nibal. That's it. That's
Okay.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Demetrios, good morning.
Morning to everyone.
Morning.
From Athens. I'm joining on behalf of Pharmathen because I
Sorry,
have a
Demetrios, we
request.
lost you.
Ah,
We lost the voice for a second. Can you please repeat?
yes. First
Yeah.
of all, good morning to everyone
Good
from
morning.
Athens. I have a request from Pharmathen, which is the organization I work for. So currently, we have registered in the staging environment to perform tests for our future commercial batches. Our purpose is to use the automated interface because we already have a level 4, so we want to make a connection through the API.
Okay.
Our vendor, which is Systec, has requested 2 pieces of information for which I would like your assistance. The first is the API key for the staging environment. And the second is a username and password, which I've been told from our vendor's previous experience that it's not the same username and password I have to access the staging environment as, let's say, a Pharmathen employee. So
Yeah.
for
Okay.
these 2 points, actually, I wanted your assistance.
Demetrios, before I answer those two questions, let me just highlight that all the answers to your questions are already on tatmeen.ae. If you go to the technical guidelines, and you will find those documents. You need also to share those documents with your vendor system so that they can read it and comply. But let me answer your question as well. When you register and you obtain a GLN from GS1, you will receive 2 emails. One email is to register for staging, and one email is to register for production. You need to register on both because they are completely separate. They are independent environments, although they are a replica of each other. If you register for staging, let's say, you need also to go to the staging API hub where, sorry, you need to create a business-to-business user, B2B user, a service user. And then that service user only will be able to access the API hub and get an API key from there. That is also explained in the technical guideline. The same applies for production. From production, if you are the SPOC, the single point of contact, you need to create a service user, and that service user will go to the production API hub and generate the API hub for production. Now you are saying that you
Sorry, I lost you for a second. I don't know if it's my connection. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I hear you.
Okay, sorry, I lost you after you said about the API portal.
Okay.
And if you
Now you
allow
have,
me one
yes.
comment.
Okay.
So our
Sure.
SPOC actually has created, we did it, let's say, in coordination, a service user for me, for myself. So I am
Yes.
able to log in to the, always I'm talking about staging environment only,
Staging.
to the
Okay.
Tatmeen API portal. So I haven't seen how I can, let's say, export an API key, to be honest. If it's somewhere on the manual, unfortunately, I did not find how I obtain an API key. If you can just tell me the section, etc., I can do it. Or if it's easy, you can navigate?
Yeah, just go through the technical guideline for onboarding. There are screenshots as well to tell you how to register for a certain product, whether whatever products you want to register, and get the API for those products. So it's available in the technical guideline for onboarding on tatmeen.ae.
Okay, so we will, let's say, go through again, and I think the meeting has a follow-up. So if I have any more questions, I will join and request for assistance. For now, we will go through the technical. Yes.
Yeah, because we usually try not to make this a troubleshooting session. It's a general session to answer general questions. But if you are facing specific challenges, please send us an email to onboarding@tatmeen.ae, and we will reply to you on the same day.
I didn't know. Our Spock didn't tell us. Can you spell the address again? It's onboarding as I hear it.
Yes, onboarding@tatmeen.ae.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Junaid, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Two
Good morning.
questions. This regarding the Tatmeen fee, the 0.5% of invoice value. From where I can get that circular?
From where you can get what? Sorry?
Circular.
The circular.
It's in the Gazette, Rafiq.
Where?
The Federal Gazette.
From your side.
No,
even
federal...
MOH also we check they are also not issued any circular so far.
In the UAE Federal Gazette, Rafiq.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yes. I will check with you.
No problem.
Thank you.
By the way, we don't have access to it ourselves, so...
Yeah, that is also good. Because now only the MOAP import page is showing this one alert. There is a charge 25% of invoice value. With that one, we cannot communicate with the company with one screenshot. That is the issue.
Okay.
Anyhow, yeah, if you get anything, just share. Otherwise, I also will seek through other, maybe Ministry of Finance.
Junaid, if you have a lawyer or a partner law firm, those law firms usually have access to the Federal Gazette. So check with them. They might be able, or they might have already bought the August version, the September edition. Yeah, check with them.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Mr. Rafiq, good morning.
Yes, very good morning, Nibal.
Hi.
Good morning. Nibal, just to have a question from suppliers who's reporting to Tatmeen directly, something like that. They reported a full shipment, like 10 pallets they reported.
Okay.
One of them is not reported successfully. This will be, they can identify this is failed ones?
Yes. See, if you are talking about B2B, Rafiq,
yes, B2B.
B2B, and they are sending one commissioning message that contains 10 pallets.
Yes.
And if one of them failed, then the whole file will fail. The other 9, even though they were correct, they will also fail if they are in the same message, in one B2B message. All the 10 will fail. And if you want to know exactly which one failed, your system should send a message status query to Tatmeen. Tatmeen will reply with a detailed answer on why this shipment failed, with a reason and with a specific shipment SSCID.
Okay. Yeah, fine. But if this is perfectly is reported, means they get a message when supplier is reporting? No.
Automatic message is now disabled.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it can have such a kind of information that that successfully whole shipment is reported successfully.
Okay. The reason why it was disabled, because there are 2 levels of acceptance of it. The first level, which is just receiving the message, and the second level, which is processing the message on Tatmeen. We disabled the first one because people were confusing them and think that their message was successful. So we disabled it completely. Now, activating the second message as an email is a challenge, and it is not the norm. You need to send a message query, and the system will reply to you with a status.
Okay, fine. Why this question is raising is that now suppliers are not focusing whether they have done successfully reporting.
Yes.
That's they are doing that and they're shipping the shipments. Okay, when we come to the UAE land and we are acknowledging in a warehouse, we get failed.
Yeah, I got you.
So these kind of errors, they are happening here. So other than this, some suppliers are reporting after we acknowledge the shipment in the warehouse.
I got you. I got you.
So these kind of message is creating actually. So we need to have some restrictions during that period. Actually, when they report means they should have successfully or not successful, should stop there only. Otherwise, once received the warehouse and we are doing all this, follow up with the suppliers, telling them to do it again, update again. Those so many follow-ups are going on here actually.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I got you. I got you.
Okay.
Clear. Let's check whether that is doable or not.
Yeah, sure.
Because it might be easier said than done. It's a system and it has restrictions. So let me check with the technical team whether that is doable or not.
Yes.
If I'm telling you, if it was doable, then it would have been done from the first place. But
as a city pharmacy parallel, what we are doing is that for all our suppliers, we are
Yeah.
sending them officially notifying them that you please check it before reporting Tatmeen. If, for example, you are shipping 10 pallets, all 10 SSCC should be reported successfully.
yes,
One of them is not missing, it is failed, sure, but it once came here when we acknowledge it will fail.
correct. I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Thank you, Nibal.
No. Rashid, welcome again.
Thank you, Nibal. Nibal, a few more minor questions.
Sure.
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, we are currently using a third-party solution. So there is no data or anything on that solution once we receive the shipment. So we have found out a workaround to just manually copy everything from the Tatmeen hierarchy level and do Excel integration to pull all this data, push all this data to our solution.
So you're getting the data manually from the stock report on the portal, correct?
No, we are just using the product verification where we can, the receiving process where we will just scan and we'll go to the hierarchy and from there expanding each options and we are manually copying it and putting it in Excel and we are integrating that Excel to our solution.
Okay.
Sorry, your solution is your ERP?
No. We have one third-party supplier who is helping us with this Tatmeen integration.
Okay.
Okay. So inside this hierarchy is currently I think there is no details of this batch and expiry under the hierarchy. Is there any way to add these details over there, or maybe you can put a download option there to download this hierarchy?
Yeah, but so why do you need to extract the data and feed it into another system? What is the objective here? What are you trying to achieve?
No, actually, we want to make our operations inside the warehouse through this application only. Instead of Tatmeen, we were planning to use this application, which will communicate with through the backend.
On the back end is your ERP.
Yeah, our WMS and it will also will be involved.
Okay. The first thing, just to answer some of the questions that you raised, the hierarchy does not show the batch number; it shows the hierarchy.
Okay.
I don't think this is something that can be done, to be honest with you. The batch number shows in the serial numbers that are printed on the pack, and they are reported sometimes by the manufacturer. But to show them in the hierarchy, I don't know if this can be done. However,
it can be done.
We will look into the what you suggested is to download any. We will look into this.
That at least that you can do. We can just download it from there. Another thing, do you have any details of the GLN numbers obtained by the downstream? That means the pharmacy and or out of 100%, how much pharmacies are already obtained with the GLN number?
You need the GLNs. You need a list of GLNs. You can reach out to them. You know who is receiving your shipments?
Yeah. We know. I just need to know whether you have any rough figure that the out of 10,000 pharmacies, 600 pharmacies, sorry, 6,000, 7,000 pharmacies have already got the GLN. Likewise, you have any rough data?
Usually, this information is maintained by the ministry and GS1. Once they have the GLN, we see their record on our system. It's not before.
Okay. Also, if we know a customer's license number, is there any option to get their GLN number?
The GLN number of the people of the entities you will ship
of that particular pharmacy. Maybe these people have already got the GLN number, but they are not sharing with us. So at least we will send this shipment to. We can search on some portal with their license number so that we can get their GLN number and we can at least ship it to them.
No, we don't have this. We don't have that. No, we don't
Currently,
have
that also is not right.
No, we don't have it.
Okay, that's it, Nimba. Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Ahmad, good morning.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, Nibal. Good morning, Bahams.
Walaikum salam.
Actually, my comment here is not a question, it's a comment triggered from the previous question from Rashid. I just wanted to illustrate something as technical provider. You know, we are a technical provider, technical solution provider. So we are the technical solution aside from the ERP system is a serialized warehouse management. This is necessary for this system to know exactly what serial numbers are existing in the stock in order to identify which shipment is going out and report the exact serials of this shipment to Tatmeen and similar systems. So talking about the point of receiving the shipment, it's necessary for such system to know exactly what serial numbers are inside the incoming shipment. This information is, of course, existing in Tatmeen. We know only the top level items, the SSCs of the pallets or cases, but the system, the warehouse system does not know what serial numbers are inside these pallets. If we don't have this hierarchy information, we have to go through every single unit, scan it separately to know the serial number of it. So as Rashid said, whenever you receive a shipment, you need to go with the top level items, do a receiving, and the receiving form, you can show the hierarchy inside them, and so you can get the hierarchy inside. This is why it is necessary for the warehouse management system to know exactly the serial numbers. You need to verify what serial numbers are you receiving, and also know exactly the contents of every container in this ship. So I hope I made this point clear for you as a Tatmeen team. And since you already have since you already have the API for the front end that extract the hierarchy, it's just a very simple step that you avail the same API under the B2B users. So whenever a warehouse is receiving a shipment, he can check what contents are inside this shipment and know what serial numbers are proceed to the receiving stack. I hope I made myself clear.
Yeah, it's very clear, Ahmad. Thank you very much. I totally agree with you. We need to know the hierarchy. One way to learn the hierarchy is to ask the sender to send it to you. That's one way.
Yes, this is actually the only way that we have right now. We have set up a very complex technical solution, an SFTP file exchange, and so on, because this is the only way that we have right now. But as you might know, this is not easy for all the suppliers to apply such file. And you also know the challenge of having them all in one format. You cannot have a separate format for each supplier. So talking about having an ABCIS message is not an easy option for all the suppliers as well. So some of the suppliers do the reporting manually on Tatmeen portal itself using the CSV file, and they are not able to produce the EBCIS, even though that we support both CSV file and IPSIS file, but also we are getting more formats that they cannot do. Formats coming from systems like I don't know. I don't want to mention names specifically, but there are several systems in the market that produces other formats than the standard EBCIS or the CSV that you support. So this, I'm saying that if Tatmeen has made this API available, it will cut it short for many suppliers to eliminate this problem from having in the first place.
Okay, so just to this API, what format should it return?
Excuse me again?
What is the format that this API should return to you so that you can consume this data and learn the hierarchy?
Whatever format that you can produce, we can just adapt ourselves to. But the point is having the API at the first place.
No, Mr. Ahmed, as I explained to you, if you want to resolve the issue, ask the sender to send you the data. You see, as there is always, Tatmeen is a national repository for traceability. The features that we hear sometimes are associated with systems that are not national repositories, like a system which does traceability in a warehouse or in a manufacturing site. That's why you don't see. I know you're going to disagree. I know that. Let me explain.
Not disagreement, but just putting some highlights that the feature we are asking for does not. Let me say it does not expose any sensitive data, that not expose any data that the partner are using the feature are not supposed to see. We are just asking to see the shipments that are coming to my location or the hierarchy that are inside my location. If the items that I'm waiting for is not in my inventory, then simply reply that you are not authorized to see this.
No, I didn't say anything about authorization, Mr. Ahmed. I didn't say anything about authorization.
Maybe I didn't get your point. Can you repeat, please?
I was trying to explain to you the feature that you just described is typical in a system that is managing a manufacturing site or, let's say, a warehouse management system. I haven't seen it on any traceability system that acts as a national repository. However, we will take note of this because this is not the first time we hear this. Whether we're going to implement it or not is something that we will have to discuss with the ministry.
Sure, I agree with you. To point also to another systems like Rust. Rust has provided something called PTS, Packet Transfer System, in Saudi Arabia, and they are having an official recommendation that the format used for these files is to be an EBCIS. So
the preferred format, Mr. Ahmed.
Yeah. I know the preferred format is IPSIS file. Of course, the standard is certainly preferred over anything else. So if it is an IPSIS format, it's just fine. That's the very hope that we can hope for. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We will take note of this.
Thank you very much, man.
Welcome.
Okay, I think we answered all the questions, and I don't see any hands risen. So thanks everyone for joining us for this call, and we will see you all next week. Have a great day and have a great week. Thank you everyone. Assalamu alaikum.